What's up, you guys? In this video, we'll discuss some of the most common myths about firearms, and I will provide the facts, setting the record straight. Whether you're a seasoned gun owner or somebody new to the world of firearms, this video aims to clarify these topics. Welcome back to my subscribers. If you're new here, welcome. Let's get into it. Alrighty, let's start with a big one here, and that is guns kill people. So this statement oversimplifies a very complex issue. The statement is used to shift the focus away from personal responsibility and societal factors. So sure, guns are dangerous, but so is driving a car every day. Also, if someone were to drive drunk, are you going to blame the car or the person? Well, this scenario is really no different. Guns are an inanimate object and do not have the ability to act independently. It is the person behind the gun who makes the decision to pull the trigger. The real focus should be on addressing the underlying causes of violence. So this would be mental health issues, poverty, or societal inequities. So while guns can be used to commit violence, they can also be used for protection, sport, and hunting. Another myth is that stricter gun control laws will prevent crime. While this may seem logical on the surface, the reality is much more nuanced. In nearly all cases, gun owners are law-abiding citizens who use firearms for good or as a useful tool for various situations. Now, on the other hand, those with bad intentions with firearms generally don't really care about laws and will commit extreme crime regardless. So more strict rules and laws affect the majority rather than the minority, which is overall a net negative. Studies have shown mixed results regarding the effectiveness of gun control laws in reducing crime. Some research indicates that certain measures, such as background checks, can help, but others suggest that criminals will find a way to obtain guns illegally. In many places with strict gun laws, criminals still manage to get their hands on firearms, while law-abiding citizens are left defenseless. So, effective crime prevention requires a comprehensive approach that would include law enforcement, community programs, such as mental health, and ultimately addressing the root cause of crime. All right, myth 3. Assault weapons are more dangerous than other firearms. The term assault weapon is often misunderstood and misused, leading to the myth that these firearms are more dangerous than others. Let's jump into the facts. The term assault weapon is often used to describe semi-automatic firearms that look similar to military rifles. However, these firearms function the same way as many other semi-automatic guns, which means they fire one round per trigger pull. The appearance of a firearm does not make it more lethal. The biggest factor that determines the danger of a firearm are really the skill and intent of the user. Many so-called assault weapons are used responsibly by law-abiding citizens for hunting, sport shooting, self-defense. Myth number 4, you don't need a gun for self-defense. There's an argument that there is no need for individuals to own a gun for self-defense, believing that other measures are sufficient. However, while there are various ways to protect oneself, firearms can be a crucial tool for self-defense, especially in a situation where, say, one is waiting on police response, but who knows how long that time delay could be. According to research, defensive gun use is more common than many realize, with estimates ranging from hundreds of thousands to millions of incidences per year in the United States. Firearms can provide a very significant advantage in protecting oneself and one's family against violent criminals. So if you're responsible and willing to have repeated training and practice, that's something you should think about to give yourself an advantage. All right, next myth. Gun ownership increases the risk of accidents. So this myth is trying to state that by having a gun in the home will significantly increase the risk of accidents, especially involving children. While it is true that improper storage and handling of firearms can lead to accidents, responsible gun ownership includes education and training on gun safety. Many organizations offer safety courses that teach proper handling, storage, and use. Keeping guns unloaded and locked away with ammunition stored separately can greatly reduce the risk of any accidents. In homes where these safety measures are followed, the risk of accidental shootings is significantly reduced. more guns lead to more crime. This myth assumes that there is a belief that more guns in a society will automatically lead to more crime. The relationship between gun ownership rates and crime is complex. However, some studies have shown that higher rates of gun ownership actually correlate with lower crime rates, while others show no significant effect. So if we were to look at the United States, states with higher levels of gun ownership often have lower rates of violent crime. Additionally, countries with strict gun control laws sometimes experience higher rate of violent crime. It is essential to look at a range of factors. This includes law enforcement effectiveness, economic conditions, and cultural attitudes towards violence. All right, this is a good one. Silencers make guns completely silent. Movies and TV shows often show silencers or suppressors as making guns completely silent, which just is not the case. Silencers should probably be more commonly referred to as suppressors, as they do not make the gun completely silent, they suppress noise. So they reduce the noise of a gunshot by trapping and slowing down some of the gases that are trying to escape the barrel, which can lower the sound by 20 to 35 decibels. But the sound even of a suppressed gunshot is still quite loud. Also, if you're shooting supersonic ammo, that projectile is breaking the sound barrier either way, and there's no getting around that. Suppressors are really used just to reduce hearing damage and noise pollution, not to make a gun silent. You can easily buy a gun online without going through a background check. The internet has made things much more accessible, and for whatever reason, some people have assumed that this is the exact same with firearms. In the United States, to purchase a firearm online, you have to acquire it through a licensed dealer that requires some type of background check, which is the exact same process if you were to walk into a gun store. That gun has to be shipped to an FFL holder, which is a federal firearms license holder, who will conduct the background check before transferring it to the new owner. Now, private sales are a little bit different depending on what state you live in, but all reputable online platforms are still required to do that FFL process. Gun restriction leads to confiscation. So some gun owners fear that by registering your firearm, it could lead to confiscation. It raises concerns about government overreach. While the government has caused mandatory gun restrictions, it does not automatically lead to confiscation. So in recent times, in the period around the pandemic, it's not surprising to me that gun owners did get concerned about overall confiscation, especially after strict government restrictions were forced on how regular citizens were permitted to live their everyday lives and live their lives socially. In my opinion, it's essential to have overall balance and protect the right of individuals. You can shoot someone in the leg to stop them. Once again, thank you, movies. In a real-life self-defense situation, aiming to shoot an assailant in the leg is very highly dangerous and impractical. Plus, the leg is a small moving target, increasing the likelihood of you missing and possibly harming an innocent bystander. I think most of us know that aiming for center mass is optimal for self-defense. Also, it's one of the largest target areas to stop a threat. Gun-free zones prevent mass shootings. Some believe that by having gun-free zones, it will prevent guns from being in those areas and prevent mass shootings. Many mass shootings occur in places where firearms are prohibited, so attackers actually have less resistance and will seek out those areas. Some criminals are quite smart and know how to effectively identify weaknesses. While there is good intentions behind gun-free zones to enhance overall safety, it can actually create a soft target. So armed personnel and access control will actually more effectively secure these areas. And there you have it, guys, 11 myths addressed. But I'm keeping my eye on the confiscation myth. I think you should too. Thank you guys for joining me. Let me know if I missed anything in the comments section. If you enjoyed this, feel free to jump on board and subscribe to see more stuff like this. And I'll see you guys next time. Take care.